The recording was only 47 seconds long. I listened to it in the car, then in the kitchen, then in the dark. My hands were shaking so bad, I dropped my phone twice. Sarah asked me what was wrong. I couldn't tell her. Not yet. Because I knew exactly what happens to people who cross Robert. That was the moment I realized I wasn't just fighting a fine. We moved into the neighborhood in late 2019. It was supposed to be the forever home. You know the type. Brick front, big oak trees, quiet streets. I'm a forensic auditor by trade. I look at spreadsheets all day to find money that isn't where it's supposed to be. When I come home, I just want silence. For 2 years, that's what we got. I paid the dues, $147 a month, on auto pay. I saw the newsletters in the mailbox and tossed them in the recycling bin without opening them. I didn't know the board members' names. I didn't care. The only thing I noticed was the president, Robert. He drove a black Escalade and waved a little too aggressively at everyone. He'd been president for 6 years. I remember thinking that was a long time to volunteer for a thankless job. I should have asked myself why he wanted it so bad. The first letter came on a Tuesday, November 14th. Certified mail, green card, the works. It said I was in violation of Section 6.2.1, improper receptacle storage. Fine amount, $73. I went out to the garage. My trash cans were exactly where they'd been for 2 years, tucked against the sidewall, behind the gate. You couldn't see them from the street unless you were standing in my azalea bushes. I took a picture. Time-stamped, 5:42 p.m. Then I emailed the property management company. I was polite, professional. There must be a mistake, I wrote. Here is the photo proof. The reply came 4 hours later. The board has reviewed your appeal and denied it. The angle of the can is visible from the sidewalk. The fine stands. It was signed, the board. No names, just the entity. I paid the $73. I didn't want the headache. That was my first mistake. 3 weeks later, the second letter arrived. Section 4.1, unapproved exterior modification. I hadn't changed a light bulb, let alone the exterior. The fine was $147 this time. I went to the monthly meeting. It was in the community center basement. Cold fluorescent lights, folding chairs, maybe 12 people there. Robert sat at the head of the table. He was wearing a suit, which felt like overkill for a Tuesday night in the suburbs. Name and address, he said, looking at a clipboard. I'm here about the fine, I said. I haven't modified anything. The wreath, Robert said. He didn't look up. The Christmas wreath? It went up November 28th. Holiday decorations are permitted starting December 1st. That's a modification. It's a wreath, I said. My voice went up an octave. It's pine cones. Rules are rules, he said. He smiled. It didn't reach his eyes. Next. I looked around the room. The other board members were staring at the table. One of them, a younger guy named Dave, looked like he wanted to say something. He didn't. I started paying attention after that. I pulled the financial statements from the portal. They were messier than I expected. Vague line items, consulting fees, $12,847, administrative miscellaneous, $8,400. I started asking questions in the Facebook group. Does anyone know who the consultant is? Why did landscaping costs go up 40% when we cut the service schedule? The next day, I got 3 letters. Dirty driveway, $73. Grass too long, $73. Commercial vehicle in driveway, $147. The commercial vehicle was my sedan. It had a parking pass for my office hanging from the mirror. I was furious. I yelled at Sarah that night because she left the garage door open for 10 minutes. They're watching us, I told her. You're being paranoid, she said. She looked tired. Just pay it, please. It's not worth the stress. I slept on the couch. I lay there staring at the ceiling fan, doing the math. $300 in fines in 2 days. But it wasn't about the money anymore. I decided to run. The annual meeting was coming up in March. There were 2 seats open, Robert's seat and Dave's. I walked the neighborhood every weekend for a month. I knocked on doors. That's when I learned I wasn't special. Mrs. Higgins on Elm Street, $800 in fines for an unapproved pet because she babysat her daughter's dog once. The Millers, threatened with a lien over a fence color that was approved by the previous board. Everyone hated Robert. Everyone wanted him out. I collected proxies, physically. I had neighbors sign the forms, handing over their voting rights to me. I had 47 proxies in a folder on my desk. There were only 112 homes in the neighborhood. I had the numbers. It was mathematically impossible for me to lose. The meeting was March 15th. It was raining. The room was packed this time, maybe 60 people. I handed my folder of proxies to the property manager, a woman named Linda who always looked like she smelled something bad. I'll need to verify these, she said. Go ahead, I said. I made copies. The voting happened. We filled out paper ballots. Robert stood by the ballot box. He was smiling again. I watched him. He wasn't doing anything obviously wrong, just chatting, shaking hands. Then the board went into the back room to count. It took an hour. People were getting restless. When they came back out, Robert cleared his throat. Thank you all for participating in our democracy, he said. He read the numbers. Robert, 84 votes, re-elected. New candidate, 12 votes. The room went silent. That's impossible. I stood up. My chair scraped loud against the floor. I handed in 47 proxies. Invalid, Robert said. Smooth, rehearsed. What? The signatures didn't match the deeds on file, and the dates were ambiguous. We had to discard them to protect the integrity of the election. You threw them out? We followed procedure. I lost it. I started shouting. I told him he was a crook. I told him I knew about the consulting fees. 2 guys, Robert's friends, stepped between us. You need to leave, Robert said, or we'll call the police for trespassing. I walked out into the rain. I felt sick. I sat in my car and hit the steering wheel until my hand bruised. I wanted to quit. Sarah was right. We should just move. Sell the house, let him have his little kingdom. Then Dave knocked on my window. He was soaking wet. He looked terrified. I rolled it down. "Meet me at the diner on Route 9, he whispered. "Don't tell anyone." Dave didn't drink coffee. He just shredded a napkin into a tiny pile of white confetti. "He burns them," Dave said. "The ballots?" "The proxies. The ballots against him. He takes the mail-in ones from the P.O. box. If he doesn't like the name on the return address, he steams them open or just shreds them. He's been doing it for 3 elections." "Why?" I asked. "It's a volunteer job. The landscaping company," Dave said. "It's his brother-in-law." "The consulting firm?" "That's his wife's shell company. They're draining about 40 grand a year." "I need proof, Dave. I need you to testify." Dave shook his head. "I can't. He knows where my kids go to school. He implies things." Dave left. He didn't even order food. I had the story, but I didn't have the receipts. I needed him to say it. Texas is a one-party consent state. As long as I'm part of the conversation, I can record it. But Robert wouldn't talk to me, so I had to make him want to talk to me. I stopped paying the fines. I let the grass grow. I painted my mailbox bright. Non-compliant blue. I became the worst homeowner in Oak Ridge history. The fines stacked up. 1,000, 2,000, 4,000. Then the foreclosure threat came. That was the bait. I requested a final settlement conference before legal action. Robert agreed to meet me at the clubhouse. Just him and me. Man to man, he called it. I wore a wire. Well, not a wire. I had my phone in my shirt pocket, lens facing out, recording audio. And I had a second recorder taped to my ankle, just in case. It was April 12th, 7 p.m. "You're in a deep hole, son," Robert said. He was enjoying this. "I can't pay it," I said. I tried to sound broken. "I'll lose the house." "That's the idea," Robert said. "Why are you doing this?" "I had the votes." "You know I had the votes." Robert laughed. It was a dry, ugly sound. "Votes," he sneered. "You think pieces of paper matter? I run this place. I decide what counts." "You threw out 47 proxies," I said. "I threw out trash," he said, "just like I threw out the ballots from the mail. The U.S. Postal Service works for me, as far as this neighborhood is concerned." "You intercepted the mail?" I asked. I needed him to be specific. "I have the key to the P.O. box," he said. "I see a vote for you. It goes in the shredder. Simple. Now, about this lien." I let him talk for 10 more minutes. He bragged about the landscaping kickbacks. He bragged about the consulting fees. When I walked out, my legs felt like jelly. I didn't go home. I drove straight to the FBI field office downtown. It wasn't like the movies. I didn't kick down a door. I sat in a waiting room for 40 minutes. Then I met Agent Miller. He looked like an accountant. "HOA dispute?" he asked, looking bored. "That's usually a civil matter." "It is," I said, until he admitted to stealing mail and using the U.S. Postal Service to commit fraud. I put the thumb drive on his desk. "And I think the bank records will show wire fraud for the embezzlement," I added. Miller listened to the recording. At the 2:14 mark, where Robert said, "The U.S. Postal Service works for me," Miller stopped looking bored. He typed something on his computer. How many homeowners did you say there are? 112. And he's been doing this for 6 years? At least. Miller picked up the phone. I need to make a call. It wasn't fast. You want justice to be instant. It took 4 months. 4 months of Robert glaring at me. 4 months of fines piling up. The ledger said I owed $12,847 by August. I almost cracked. I thought maybe Miller had forgotten. Maybe the recording wasn't enough. I lay in bed one night in July, sweating. We have to sell, I told Sarah. They're not coming. Then came the Tuesday morning in late August. I was drinking coffee. I saw a sedan pull up to Robert's house. Then another, then a van, jackets, blue windbreakers with yellow letters. FBI. They didn't break down the door. They just knocked. Robert opened it in his bathrobe. I watched from my living room window. I didn't cheer. I just took a sip of coffee. They walked him out in handcuffs. Then they started carrying out boxes, computers, files, the shredder. The newsletter the next month was interesting. Emergency Special Assessment. The HOA bank account was empty. $400,000 gone. Robert had spent it all. The consulting firm was real. Real enough to cash checks. Fake enough to be illegal. We all had to pay $500 each to keep the streetlights on. That was the imperfect part. We won, but we still paid for his greed. The fines against me were voided by the interim board. Dave finally stepped up. Robert took a plea deal. Mail fraud and wire fraud. He got 30 months in federal prison. Restitution was ordered, but you can't get blood from a stone. The money was gone. It's been 6 months now. I'm the treasurer. It's boring work. I check the invoices. I match the receipts. The meetings are short. No one yells. I walked past Robert's old house this morning. There's a sold sign in the yard. A young couple is moving in next week. I should probably warn them about the bylaws, but I think I'll just let them enjoy the quiet for a while. The mailbox is painted black again. It looks fine.